Rinpoche. Gubaya Nyamdo Hyonchon Chodo Tuki de Sembaya Kongi Sembaya Chuja Rambanas. Good morning. Welcome to the Dharma City. And this is for me is quite very exciting moment, and also it is happy moment. And why? Because I'm going to study some Buddhist teaching with you. For me, it's a great opportunity, and this kind of opportunities is difficult to find, and therefore I want to say deeply from my heart, welcome, thank you, and happy. And also, secondarily, it's quite bizarre, strange things happened. It's maybe some according our former actions or the causalities. And today is like I'm sitting very high chair, and the front of you, I'm going to speaking about more Buddha's teachings, and this is a little bit incorrect, but sorry, it's maybe your karma, and normally I cannot to see this kind of high chair according to you, and it's not really priorities. But according to what we are going to study, the teaching of the Buddha is quite genuine, authentic. It is extraordinary pithing distortion. It's really is like a precious for us. And according that, when I speak in this teaching, okay, then it's like I can to sit here. It is according to this teaching. It's according to the speaker. It's cannot to be these situations. That is like kind of my apologize. And secondarily or thirdly, we are going to study this precious book, and anyway it is completely related to the Buddha's teaching, and also Buddha, he taught his teaching more than 40 years. How he discovered something in his research. And during his research, what he discovered something. He says the peace, nectar, and it is very much beneficial. And then we can analyze how it is, what he found, what about his teaching. And during more than 40 years, his teaching is inconceivable. It's absolutely extraordinary. It's like his mind is be enlightened or opened, or it's like a kind of his mind or mind has reached the treasure of the mind itself. The mind is the really inconceivables, and the knower of the everythings. It is the mind, and therefore Buddha, he discovered his own, the inexhaustible beneficial treasure of his own mind. Through his mind, there is extraordinary, or through his mind is something coming out, the extraordinary, some guideline. We would say, which kind of guideline? The guideline itself to showing us the line or the indication about how to become the good person and how we can to be happy, how we can to avoid suffering, and how we to purified our hindrance, uncomfortable, all the sufferings. That is the main purpose or the main subject and his teachings. And of course, according the listeners, his teachings has two categorizations, and one is like very much based teaching, and for the beginner, and second is like more deep, more direct, and more like kind of profound. And the name of these two teachings is we call the Sutta and the Tenta. And anyway, all the Buddha, his teachings is a teaching for our body, speech, mind. It's nothing else. It is not kind of teaching of how it is the function, how it is goes the outer or the external phenomena. And his teaching is only for talking about our body, speech, mind. And the principle, the phenomena of the samsara nirvana, it is our body, speech, mind. And from our body, speech, mind, there is nothing kind of existence of any other phenomena. If we to study how it is our body, how it is our verb, how it is the mind, if we understood our own body, speech, mind, then we can understand all the phenomena. And therefore, his teachings, everything is to talking about our body, speech, mind. Then we can put the questions. Why we need to analyze our body, speech, mind? Why we need to learn to study about our body, speech, mind? There's such a reason. Generally speaking, most sentient beings, they do not know about their own body, speech, mind. When they obtain, or when they got any body, any kind of type of the body, speech, of course sometimes mind, okay, I'm just to be like this. Like we can take example of our human existence. Everybody concerning, I'm human, okay, I'm human. It is special? I don't know. It is not special? I don't know. How it is the qualities of the human existence, the human body, human verb, human mind. It's difficult to recognize what it is. What are theirs? Of course, someone say, if you do not understand your body, speech, mind, then who can to understand? No Buddhist. But then it's like, if you do not understand your body, speech, mind, then what it is? I don't know. I have body, speech, mind, obvious. But just like this, okay? And then it's like something is body, coding the bodies, like comfortable, uncomfortable, is naturally occurring. Naturally occurring. And we can say, oh, now I'm not sick. My body is quite very well, comfortable. Oh, now my body is sick. Something problems, uncomfortable. Same as the verb, same as the mind, body, speech, mind. If there's comfortable, happy, smiling, and we say it's comfortable. If there is something problems, I'm not comfortable. Problem, this is suffering, yes? Oh yeah, suffering, because uncomfortable. Maybe pain, want to cry, like this. Then there is discussions coming. Now, how we can to make getting better? How we can to do something? There's one Western Lama went to in Tibet. And this person visited one Lama in Tibet and says, oh Lama, can you teach me Dharma? And the Lama said, yes, before I tell you Dharma, I have one question. You should to give me answer. If you can give me answer, then I can to teach you. Okay, no problem. And then he said, when you are happy, very much happy, that time is, what do you have idea? Do you have something to concerning how you can to handle this happiness? When you are suffering, what do you concerning? Do you have some like kind of source of to get rid of that, or there's nothing, okay, I'm suffering. Nothing kind of different things. What do you think? Do you have any ideas? Tell me. And how he can to give answer? When I'm happy, I'm happy. What I need to concern me more? When I'm suffering, I'm suffering. Okay, maybe if I'm sick, go to medicine. Something is like, but there's not kind of how you can to find the solution, how I can to handle, how I can to manage. And then this Lama said, first you need to go back to concern, think. When you're happy, what do you have idea? When you have suffering, what do you have ideas? Like this kind of, generally we can to say our human existence, okay? And when we are happy, okay, I'm happy. Happy, smiling, dancing, okay, happy. Like also one is like animals. Happy, they have very special feeling and like a dancing, jumping, they play, running around. That feeling's happy. And when they are suffering, and also we say, oh, I'm suffering, what can I do? Medicine? No. What? Someone is like, okay, I'm suffering. What can I do? Suffering. Also, when we say the animals' sufferings, they choose to try to lick, try to go into shadow, try to like kind of rest, but they suffer only sufferings. Then it's like, according that, we need to study. How about this Buddhist speech mind situation? Body, speech, mind, there is a big balance. We can to say it's forward and backward all the time like this. Like kind of big wave, up and down. Happy and sorrows. Therefore, now we need to learn to study. Buddha himself also, when he, before being enlightenment, he's very much emotional person. And he looked around, someone's crying, suffering, he's crying and suffering. What can I do? What can we do? What do you do? And like this too. And therefore, he gave up his conditions to say, I need to find solution, something. Finally, he found something. What, as I said, is found. He said, it's like myself something found. Myself, I found something solution. Not kind of externally, through my mind, principally. Mind is something to find the method how you can to handle your happiness and your sufferings. It's the principle of the happy and sorrow, it's the mind. Or happy or sorrow, comfortable, uncomfortable, completely depends on your mind. Mind can become powerful. Mind is become intelligent. Mind is become have energetic, or mind has energy. Then mind can control very easily our own individual suffering and the happiness. One is happiness occurring, we never become arrogant, proud, and like something is strange. Never. If there's something sufferings, maybe mind is very intelligent. Mind is very much capable. Mind can handle, mind can control easy. Then uncomfortable suffering is not really big deals. And therefore, he's only speaking about the Buddhist speech mind, particularly the mind. And then it's like, of course, mind is our mind. Body is our own body. Verb is our own verb, but it's difficult to understand. We need some teaching or the guidelines or the like pretty instructions, and therefore we are studying. And this now we are going to study this book. It's called The Word of My Perfect Teacher, and it's the title is said that the Word of My Perfect Teacher, a guide to the preliminary for the hard essence of the vast expanse from the great perfections. And generally speaking, of course, the Buddhist path is a founder of the Buddha, and he like kind of author of Buddhas. He wrote or spoke 84,000 books or the teachings that is there, and from that Buddha's teachings there are many different Shastra commentaries. And it is one of them, like this. And this book is, the author is the first, the Dzogchen Patrul or the Patrul Rinpoche, and he wrote these books. And generally it's like a little bit need to talking about the biography or the history of this author. But everybody knows very well. And the first Patrul Rinpoche, he was great, how do you say, it's like a great, I would say it's like a spiritual teacher. I'm really not sure to say that. But it's like he was a great teacher. How he can teach, what he taught. He taught about this, how we can to become a good person, how we can to create the positive, and how we can to eliminate our fundamental characteristic of the negative behaviors, and also how we can to purify our own hindrance, obscurations. And he was very humble. He was very much like a low profiled, but his teaching was very, very benefit, and everybody loved him very much. And therefore, everybody says like he was good, and he understood all the 84,000 of the Buddha's teachings, Sutta and Tantra, perfect. And also he followed his own teachers perfectly, unmistakenly. And also it's like he done pleased his own teachers. And from his own teachers, he received all the petty instructions, necessary things. And himself is become like a principal representative of his own teachers. And then it's like the author is the extraordinary. And then teaching itself, it is connected to the Buddha's teaching, Sutta and Tantra, both. And like this. Then the Tattva is the word of my perfect teachers, the word of my perfect teachers. And here is like, sometimes we say it's like, okay, the word is the word by word. And to word, first time we need to receive it, and to collect word, and then it's the sentences coming. Then it is like to collect the sentences, then there are the verses coming. Then is the verse showing something meaning. And therefore, word by word, Patrul Rinpoche, he received his perfect teachers. And someone says that my perfect teachers, why you say like this, my perfect teacher? Maybe your teacher is yourself perspective perfect, but my perspective is maybe not perfect. But then why you say it's my perfect teachers? But that is like, it's okay, no problem. Why? Because it's like each individual, when we have followed our own teachers, when we received the pit instruction word by word, and it is like kind of the maturation or the consequence is a rise into our heart, and then it's like kind of we appreciate very much. Then is our own individual, our own teacher, is our own perspective, is the perfect teachers. And also it is like